Good morning, Lazy Acres, and welcome to this. The greatest push mower I've ever had. All it cost me was a spark plug, an oil change, and some dignity pulling it out of my neighbor's trash. The drive wheels are slicker than Bill Clinton cleaning up an oil spill. The deck has more hastily covered up holes in it than the Jeffrey Epstein case. And of course, it smokes like a Japanese businessman. But it has never not started in one pull. And it eats these Pocono landmines like Captain Crunch. It scratches up the roof of your mouth, but you're taking another bite. Like a man. A wild Charmander appeared. Come on, you idiot. You're about to get mulched. I think you and I have bitten off a bit more than we can chew, little fella. Durability notwithstanding, this place is still a bit much for a formerly self-propelled 21-inch mower. What I need is a small, lightweight, maneuverable tractor with some serious off-road credentials. A mountain goat, if you will. Something that can power up muddy hills and clear all the high spots and landmines. And I'm probably gonna have to build it myself. God, I hate Marketplace. The seat is trashed. Tires are trashed. Battery's trashed. The fuel system? Trashed. Venmo okay?
Yep.
How much for the dog? I'll take that. Nope. It's my hood. Presenting my new-to-me John Deere STX 38. Black deck, not yellow. In this instance, it's the yellow one that's actually thicker. First things first, I cannot be expected to work like this. Son of a... Oh, yeah. While that dries off, let's go ahead and get her some new rubber. Who's got the meats? This is one of those Harbor Freight tools that takes an impossible job and makes it incredibly difficult. Tires are like women. It's the petite ones that are the most stubborn. And feisty. Son of a... Gonna feel that in the morning. Who's got the meat? I've got the meat. And I even got 75% of them on right. I am not taking that back off. Just gonna swap these around and then that valve stem will be on the inside. That's fine. It's fine. We've got the meat, now let's fix the seat. I found all the bolts and didn't have to get any new ones, he said with a suspicious tone in his voice. And keep this covered so it stays mint till I can get back to this. Now that I've pulled a hammy pushing this thing all the way around the garage and into the shop, let's triage the powertrain. You might think it would have been easier just to work on it outside like a man and get it running where it's at. I respectfully disagree. On the bright side, this vest is working like a treat. I find it works best with 2 packs on either side. It's the best balance of comfort, flexibility, and capacity. That helps too. Ew. I'll be honest with you, I would have been disappointed if there wasn't a mouse nest somewhere. I love gravity-fed fuel systems, powered by the most reliable fuel pump in the universe. I always install a fuel shutoff valve because the ethanol lobby owns Congress, and if you don't use your mower regularly, the float can gum up and stick open, and the tank will slowly drain into your carburetor and crankcase. Before long, your piston's going to be dry fisting itself. I'm going to have to go outside. Fresh out. Gonna need this though. What the hell is that thing? Looks nasty. That was a good sound. These ratchets are the tits in cold weather. Plastic ratchets. Never would have thunk it. Eric Schmidt deserves that mansion. Double, double, toil and trouble. Something burn and fire bubble. The most beautiful sight when you buy used machines from someone's outside junk pile. Squeaky clean and bone dry. There. Now it's gravity fed. Battery's dead, but I've had some pretty good luck with this thing. There's a bunch of sissies who will tell you anything discharged past 11 volts is junk and you gotta buy a new one. But I've got plenty of batteries that came back from 9 to 10 volts and live long, happy lives. Well, crap. First things first, the seat switch is also clearly damaged. There. Fixed forever. Nailed it. Huh. It usually works. The rotor isn't spinning fast enough to eject the Bendix gear. This jump box might need replacing. The New Yorker's old battery still has some balls left. Atta girl!
Dang it, Bobby.
All right, let's see what's going on here. Let's try the new New Yorker battery. What?
He is grumpy. Oh my word, is that a scorpion or what? Look at the size of it.
What? Why does this happen? My hand appears to be menstruating because I have zero memory of cutting myself. What is going on? Is this my blood? Anyway, I cleaned up the crusty comm bars and lubricated the Bendix mechanism to see if that fixes what my manager calls a lack of engagement. Now that it's all warm, let's drain the oil. Check this thing out. It's kooky. I guess some people are too good for a wrench. You don't actually have to replace these things. It's super easy to clean them. Here's what you got to do. Get some solvent, like carb cleaner. There. Clean and over-torqued. I always find myself bouncing between Valvoline and, as a proud Pennsylvanian, Pennzoil. This seems like a good opportunity to test both. So I'm going to put both in and see which one comes out on top after a full season of use. The Valvoline pours better. I know what you're thinking. Putting aggressive, oversized ag tires on a fun-sized lawnmower and trying to mow rocky hills in the Poconos is going to seriously shorten the life of this little transmission. And it's a very valid concern. But one factor you've got to consider: I bought a tractor flap. Oh no, the heat shield doesn't fit anymore. I guess I can't put the tractor flap on after all. Here is how you fix your cracked John Deere hood. A center punch would just crack it further, so to make your pilot holes, use your soldering iron to melt little divots on either side of the fracture. For this application, I think a classy, tasteful green. Yes. Drill your holes. And once it's all stitched up, then we do this. Till your hands are too sore to do it anymore. Then get your broom. The front is a little bit beyond zip ties, methinks. Montage. How is it shorter? Oh, that gap looks familiar. It's the exact same width of the tape. I cut it on the wrong freaking side. Getting too cold for this Wait, Now how am I going to mow at night? Oh yeah, Patreon. All of these parts were subsidized by my wonderful Patreon supporters. Thanks, guys. John Deere yellow. These colors don't run, brother. It'll work, but looks a little derpy. Something's missing. Attitude. Sounds like the flying squirrels are back. Time to get out the traps. And the old drowning bucket. Yes, this was a good use of my time. Now let's go for a test drive. Right off the bat, the steering wheel, mostly for show, winding up like crazy. Ugh. Update, viewers, we seem to have caused a problem. Turns out, welding 25 pounds of steel reinforcement onto the hood made it perfectly balanced on either side of the hinge. Bumps and sudden stops are quite an issue. Might need some sort of latch. I'll worry about that later. More urgently, these kingpins are seized up and they're welded in, so I will not be fixing this the right way. First, get out your box cutter to burn up all the old grease. Breathe it in, it's good for you. Nut. Amazing what a little fresh grease does. The old girl steers just like, well, unlike most off-road mowers, this thing has to mow. If I can extricate the deck from under all this ice. My increasingly low standards have been met. This sat outside for years, so it needs a good lubricating. There. I can see from the rust stains where the rear mounting points go. But the front ones... You got me. I've had to swallow my shame. Remind me to cut this clip out before I upload the video. Moment of truth. Nailed it. First try. It occurs to me that this seat switch may not work like my F525. Simply jumping it may not be enough. What these do is they ground out your ignition when you get off. So if I snip its path to ground, it should be neutralized. Dang it! PTO switch could be acting up. Easy way to check. Hello, beautiful. Easy way to check is to cut the white wire, and if it starts working, you know your switch is bad. Motherless hole. My preference for electrical issues has betrayed me. It's not electrical at all. It's mechanical. I have the solution for this. I have the solution for this. Now we're mowing. Thank you, Jeremy Clarkson. All I gotta do is find some grass that needs mowing. I may have dragged my feet on this video. I don't think lawn tractor videos do very well in February, but if you watched it anyway, thanks.